Siddhant, thank you so much for speaking with the CSR Journal.
Thank
It's
you.
a real pleasure to have on the interview with us. If you could tell me about OI and the field it is involved in and the kind of basic activities that it does.
OA is a non-governmental organization, and we've been working since 2012. This is
Okay.
our 4th year of social work. We've completed 3 years, and yeah, we've been into a lot of activities. We've organized more than 180 campaigns till date, and OA is one of the fastest growing NGOs of India. With a lot of support from the youth and the elderly as well. We've been serving more than, I guess, 3-4 lakh people.
Okay. Tell me, how did this happen to come about? I mean, the idea, and you were too young to start the organization on an official note. How did that come about? What was there in you that actually wanted you to go ahead in this?
I started social work when I was 11 years old, and I really wanted a chance to volunteer at some organization. So, but the thing was, no one took me as a volunteer. No one let me volunteer. So I kept on struggling for a lot of years, and in the end, I thought of starting an organization for people like me who never got a chance.
Why
So-
did you not get a chance? I mean,
Because I was too young.
okay, and what is, even when you were young, you said you didn't know what social work exactly was. Eventually, you did learn of it. What was there in you that made you go into this? Did you see something? Did someone talk to you about something? What was that
No, I
ignited that in
really,
you?
I thought I'll really be satisfied with this kind of work, and for self satisfaction or for my own happiness, I thought of going into this field. But then slowly, as in when people also started appreciating, people started telling us what we are actually doing, we came to know that this is something
Good.
good, and then I thought of taking this as my career.
Okay, okay. Were there a lot of apprehensions, hesitations when you had decided to set up OI? Did you have family support, friend support? How was that journey? Tell me a little about the struggle there.
Yes, I had family support, and friends were not too sure of supporting me at the first stage. But then, as and when they saw me working on the field, even they joined, even they started supporting. And right now, I mean, I don't get time to talk to my friends or time to spend with my friends, because all my friends are a part of this organization now.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. You also visit a lot of orphanages, and you try and manage to put together resources that children need over there. For this, do you approach any kind of corporates, or have any corporates come to you for any kind of funding and said that that you're doing good work, it's known, how can we help?
Yeah, as I said, we've done more than 180 campaigns, and we've had 0 sponsors till date.
Okay.
So that is the biggest problem we've always faced. We've never got sponsors. We've always got donors, individual donors.
Okay.
And more than 75% of the donors were our volunteers.
Okay.
So we are still struggling for the funding.
Okay, but have you all approached any corporates after
We've
the
tried-
2% mandate also?
Yes, we have tried approaching a lot of corporates, but the process is really tough. Preparing for, preparing the marketing proposal itself takes 2-3 months, and we want to organize nationwide campaigns. So handling 23 states, as in we are in 23 states. So handling 23 states and 3,500 volunteers is really tough.
When we begin something on our own, and you were also young, we face a lot of hurdles. Can you tell me a little more about those kind of hurdles? Hesitations being the major. Tell me more about the hurdles that you faced.
See, you have to believe in yourself if you want to start something on your
Okay.
own, because no one is going to teach you that you are on the right. No one is going to teach things to you.
Correct.
No one is going to tell you that you are on the right path or the wrong path, because when you actually want to do something on your own, you won't ask anybody for their suggestions or for their
Okay.
guidance. You'll do
Okay.
whatever you want to.
Okay.
I did whatever I wanted to. I never asked anybody that is this right or is this wrong. So yeah, you are. People are there around you, but mentally you are alone. You are thinking about your dream, project or your brainchild, and it's not that easy, but it's not that tough too. If
Okay.
you think you can do, you can definitely do it.
Okay. You've organized so many campaigns and projects. Tell me something that's very close to your heart, that some incident on field that has really touched you.
Yeah, I started OA on 28th
8th November.
November 2012, and we just created a Facebook page and a logo. I myself created the logo,
Okay.
and I mean I do not know anything about Photoshop or Corel Draw, but I
Graphic
just
designing,
yeah,
yeah.
graphic designing. So I did that on my own because we had zero volunteers at that time, and I was still working on the goals and objectives, mission statement, all those things of OA. Before all that was ready, before even the website was ready, I was thinking about the first campaign or the first initiative, and 2 days later, December started. 3 days later, after that, in the third week of December, the Delhi
Nirbhaya
rape case
case,
thing
yeah.
happened, and I thought this is the first step, and we should do something for this.
Okay.
And then we organized a protest rally the very next day, and we did not even have 24 hours to prepare. We had zero funds, and 500 or I think 300 to 400 people had participated in our first rally, and that is how we started working.
Did anything come out of it? I mean, when
We
you're
did not have police permissions. We did not know how to apply for it. We did not have any sort of protection. We did not have posters. We had limited amount of candles, but people got posters, people got candles. I don't know how this happened. The next day we organized a rally where 800 people had come.
Okay.
So this is really close to my heart, and the issue was very sensitive, and that is the reason I thought of protesting. And hundreds and thousands of people joined us for that, and we kept on protesting until the rapists were hanged,
Okay.
were hung.
You have done a lot of social work on field. Are there any other people, individuals, who have been doing the same for a long period of time and you look up to them?
No, I am no one to look up
No,
to.
you look up to them as
Yes.
to people who have done work.
Yes, yes, yes. See, the thing is, I did not find. I mean, people ask me who's your inspiration, who's your role model, but then the thing is, I could not find anybody of my age who could inspire me or who could guide me. So it was really tough to create all this, and I really don't have anybody who has inspired me. I don't know why I could not find such a person.
But if not necessarily someone your age, maybe someone senior, maybe something you've learned from history, or maybe someone you are hoping to meet in the future. No one at all?
No, I'm hoping to meet a lot of people, but then yeah, no one from this field.
Okay.
I think we've just started, and I mean, I don't know what is going to happen in the future, but yeah, we would really like to meet a few people who
Okay.
would guide us well.
Okay. Tell me, how do you manage things financially for any projects that you and your team decide to work out and take it further?
We have our own merchandise, so being youngsters, we have a lot of friends and
Yeah.
contacts who help us with all this. So yeah, we deal in our own, we market our own products, and that is how we raise funds for the organization.
Okay. Tell me the kind of role that social media plays for y'all.
Yeah, social media has played a very big role in our.
Tell me in detail more about it.
Yeah, we started on social media. Our
Okay.
base is social media.
Okay.
We communicate through social media, and a lot of things have. I mean, everything has happened on social media itself. We rarely meet on the field because I cannot travel to Canada, or I cannot travel to Punjab or Amritsar for a meeting. So we communicate on social media. We take updates on social media. So yeah, social media has played a really important role in our.
For the growth, I mean, when you started till now, the 3 years,
Yeah.
how has it helped in the growth for it to spread word to a lot of other companies and
It
volunteers?
went viral on its own.
Okay.
We did not make a social media strategy or something.
How it is internationally, you're based in Canada, New Zealand, US, China. How did it reach globally, and what is happening over there? What is trending there?
See, Indians are really happy with this idea
Of
being a part of an organization, and it's also uniting Indians over there.
okay.
So Indian students are coming together, they are forming their teams, They are trying to find out problems of those countries, and we'll soon start campaigns over there. So
Okay.
yeah, we are on the research stage as of now, and we'll soon come up with campaigns over there.
Do you see it rolling out in the next few
In the
years?
next 2 years, we are expecting OE to be at least in 10 countries
Okay.
and in every corner of India.
You've heard of the 2% mandate.
Yes,
How do you
yes.
think things have changed socially on field after the mandate, which is still very nascent? It's just been a couple of years. But you've also been on the field since a few years. How do you think that change has come
No,
about socially?
it's supporting NGOs a lot,
Okay.
and this should be. I mean, we should really, we should try and announce such things, or we should, in India we should do something more for NGOs, corporates, not only corporates but other, others, like educational institutes, or any other organization. I mean, we should see, NGOs are only getting 2% from the annual income of a corporate, nothing else. We are not getting any sort of guidance, or we are not getting any sort of other support apart from the monetary help from corporates. So I think we should focus on volunteering more,
Okay.
and I think we should also help them with resources, with funds.
Okay. When we move out and we see a lot of dirt on the field or on the roads, and when we travel, we see people who still continue to litter. Although the PM has also started the Swachh Bharat campaign, we are all trying to take initiatives to keep things clean. There is still that dirt that will be there in some corner. There will still be someone who litters. And we also, who are educated, you and me, there's a lot of possibility that suppose you're traveling in the bus tomorrow, you see some dirt on the road, you're not going to get off and sit and clean it. So even though we are talking so much about it, we are wanting to bring social change, why is this still not translating on the field? Like, why is it not happening? Why is it that the roads are not clean? Why do you think this still continues to happen? Is it some behavioral
See, the
thing
PM
with the
has
people?
announced the Swachh Bharat campaign. That is a good thing, and it has definitely made a huge impact on the people of India. But then apart from that, the government also should do something for people who have been doing this thing. I mean, they are into this business since generations now. For
That
example,
you're talking about the government aspect of it. I'm talking about very individuals, like the
Okay,
individual
okay,
unit
yeah.
which the society is made up of. Why aren't we able to bring that change? Although we are aware of it, talking about it, we spread knowledge about it.
Yeah.
Why is that not coming across in daily life?
I don't know why people think that youngsters should not get into social work, and if a youngster is getting into social work, people come and tell him that, listen, you're too young and you can do this after you're retired. So, I mean, our elders should also encourage the youngsters to do something for the nation, and even they should participate in whatever the youngsters are doing. So, I think, I mean, I really don't know why we are not looking after our environment or our surroundings, but I think we should really be socially responsible, at least now.
So if we at the CSR Journal really want to make a difference and be a part of a big social change, how do you think we can also be involved, reach out to more people, being a news portal? How do you think we can reach out more? How do you think we can bring about that change, direct it, to actually see words translate into action?
Yeah, see, if you all want to support an organization, you all should find an organization which has a lot of empty pockets, because I mean, corporates usually fund NGOs who are known and who are well settled, established. NGOs who are in their startup stage really need support, and a corporate should really support an organization who has just started, and people who really want to do something.
Tell me very briefly, what is CSR to you?
CSR to me is, I mean, it is like a jackpot for social workers,
Okay.
because we can really make a huge difference to the people,
Okay.
and an organization can grow 100 times if we get a CSR package. Let's
Is there
get
something
united.
you'd like to tell us at the CSR Journal?
Thank you for giving me this chance, and it was really nice interacting with you all.
Okay. Thank you so much, Siddhant. It's been a pleasure for us also to speak with
Thank you.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.